Hello everybody, it's Sephiroth 4 for another episode of Paranormasight. Last time, we got two endings for Harue. The one where Ayame Tono kills her, and the one where she kills Ayame Tono. Perhaps, if we try this again, we can have an ending where neither of us kill each other. Your father, the chief inspector, I met him not too long ago. Oh, really? He came off a little stiff and awkward. Yeah, there's a surprise. But there was something charming about his seriousness, and he seemed like he cared a lot about his daughter. Please cut it out, it's gross. You don't know a thing about us. Yeah, Ayame Tono is, very emotive. But she's also kind of a scumbag. Outsiders shouldn't butt into other families' affairs. Though he may as well be a stranger to me now. Even if you've illegally cut ties, you're still related by blood. Huh? We're not related at all. Huh? He probably thought that I never noticed it, but it wasn't hard for me to figure out that I wasn't related to them by blood. So you were adopted? Well, I got curious, I looked into it. It was all pretty straightforward. I was a baby when they took me in. All they did was raise me. A baby? My mother first got pregnant shortly after she married. But it was a stillbirth. Huh. The whole affair left a deep wound on her heart. My father couldn't bear to see it. So it was for her sake that he did it. I was a substitute or a replacement for the child she lost. He decided that all by himself. He didn't discuss it? Baby's trying to be thoughtful. So any baby would have been fine as long as it would have comforted the woman who hoped to become a mother. Putting it such a way. It's not easy to raise a child. My mother was bewildered, wouldn't you be, after being told to raise a baby that wasn't your own? But she couldn't just abandon the baby either. Yet my father just left everything to my mother and never lent a hand. He's so damn selfish. The two of them grew apart. I watched them try and figure out how to understand each other, and the sight of it disgusted me. It was a messed up family, I tell you. Well, I guess my presence was to blame for the rift to begin with. You shouldn't say that. I know he's bad at expressing himself and he has his work, but still, that shouldn't be an excuse. But knowing all that, I couldn't take it anymore. It made me want to hurry up and leave home and live my own. I still rely on him for tuition and allowance, but that much is normal for most kids, right? I wanted him to start acting like he's my father now just because he's doing the minimum. I'm sorry to hear that. Sounds like it was tough for all of you. I'm sorry, you're right. It's not my place to talk about your family. Well, I may have said too much. I think I spilled all that when I don't even know what the conditions are. Could it be that what we were talking about had something to do with the activation conditions for the haunting clappers? Who knows, huh? How did you kill Fumichika Nejima? I'm not telling you. I only ask because it does concern me. He was one of the reasons my child was kidnapped. There's not much to say. We talked and he cleared the conditions for my stone. Did he show any signs of remorse over his past crimes? Didn't feel like he did, no. I see. The world is full of trash men, I tell ya. The trash men? Oh, well, everybody heard about the bird. Bird. Sorry. I agree. In a way, I guess you could say you put a stop to Nejima's mass murder schemes. About that. There's no guarantee I won't do it myself. Huh? I picked up his curse stone of the one-sided reed. It really is something else. Unfortunately, I can't use a curse stone that's not mine until it's late at night. Really? Are you okay with telling me that? How silly of me, I let that slip, teehee. What is your wish, Ayame? Is it really to resurrect Katsushika Hokusai? Yeah, there's no life that holds more value than his. Including my own. You're saying you'd be willing to die if it meant to bring Hokusai back to life? Not all life is equal. At least, not to me. A life that can birth art with the power to move hearts is infinitely more worthy. Compared to that, the life of someone like me, someone that can't produce a thing, has no value. That's unhinged. I'm still young. It's the age for wild thoughts. But aren't you the same as me? What? You got a life more important than your own. A life you consider more important than the lives of many others. That's what you're doing it all for, isn't it? You're right. If I can save my son, I couldn't care less about my life or the lives of others. Oh, who's unhinged now? I'm a mother. It is what it is. Dang, the feelings of a proper parent are something else. But if that's your wish, then what do you plan on doing if you don't get your wish? Oh, I haven't thought of it. I might just keep on trying to bring Hokusai back some other way. You really are obsessed. You and Hihaku's chairwoman might be cut from the same cloth. Who's that? She's an all-powerful vortex of obsession turned to yokai-level proportions. You're saying I'll end up like her? Are you looking forward to such a future? I'd rather not have to wait till I'm old and creaking. I want it to happen now. Absolute psycho. I'll put my life on the line for Hokusai. Listen, Ayame, I have something to ask you. No, the answer's no. The curse stone in your possession, I'm not giving it up. You're right. We're both made of stronger stuff than that. You're not giving it up. And neither am I. You know full well, right? There's no room left for negotiation here. You're right, there's not. Do you smoke? Huh? Well, a little. Feel free to smoke if you want to, please. Hey, I'm okay. I don't see any ashtrays out on display either. Does no one smoke in this family? A little rare, isn't it? No one in this family does. Then why'd you ask me if I did all of a sudden? Well, no room left for negotiation. I don't know if we can do anything about this. Yeah, we tried to use that. I concede. Alrighty. With your cards on the table, you're out of options. Might be possible for Mr. Investigator there to pin me down by force, but he's not going to do that, is he? Correct. I won't take that risk, not while your curse conditions are unknown. Coward. I came to kill you and acquire your soul dregs, but after hearing you out, I got a question for you. Why don't you just give up on the right of resurrection? You said it was your son, right? The one you want to bring back? But haven't you done enough? I'm sure your son is content knowing you cared for him this much. I'm truly willing to die to resurrect Hokusai, but you can't say the same, right? If you're gonna bring back your son back, you have to be alive as well, right? In fact, what you really want is for both of you to live, right? Yes. Well, even if you both live to see it, your son would grow up knowing you for who you are, someone who stole the lives of others to bring him back. No, we could lie about a myth or something. You would be putting the burden of shouldering all the life sacrificed for him on his little shoulders. Are you really okay with that? If you didn't even think about that, then what you're doing is not for your son. It's for yourself. Aren't you just bringing him back to fulfill your own desires? That's not... Ma'am? What she's saying may be harsh, but it holds a kernel of truth. Don't reduce yourself to nothing but a mother who would sacrifice anything for her son. But that's not... We discovered the truth behind his kidnapping. Next, you should take some time to come understand your own feelings. I'll help you every step of the way. Getting to the heart of things is what an investigator does. What will you do? Ma'am? If you relinquish the curse stone to Curse Bear, you will no longer be a Curse Bear. You won't be a target anymore. Ayame has given you a chance. Think hard, and then give your answer. Boy, I can't give up. Sorry, but that won't make me back down. Ma'am, that ladder, when did you... what? My clothes are on fire! There does not need to be an open flame, as long as there's a spark of fire on you. It used it itself. Man, please think this through! Well, that's unfortunate. Are you getting the same ending? Probably. Ma'am, why? It was the only way. Okay, well. Let's try that again, but without lighting her on fire. Oh boy, we have a... Okay, I'll fast forward over here. Fine, let's give it up. Very well. Here. Thanks, glad you could see a reason. Ma'am, you made the right choice. Dang, you really didn't collect any soul dregs, huh? I promised myself that if I ever used it, it would only be once. But in the end, it didn't come down to numbers. So, they only need to be carrying a flame? That seems pretty practical. Well, I'll be taking my leave then. There's no point going after you for soul dregs, so I'm off to the next curse bearer. Do you know who remains? You speak as if you already figured it out. Meh, I got a pretty good idea from our talk. What will you do? Do you plan to stop me? It's not my place to intervene. Alright then. Hey lady, can I borrow your phone? I don't mind, but who are you calling? Huh? The cops. I think it would be faster if I called them directly. Oh boy. And that is the end of Harue's story. No longer a curse bearer either. Don't like where this is going. Not at all. Together with Yoshimi's fiancée Mayu, Yako and Miya report all they learned so far to Tsutsumi and the others. Putting all their stories together, they can see their final objective at long last. PM. Mr. Tsutsumi, this is Mayu Chozawa. So you're the one. The Sumida police was looking for you. Glad to see you're alright. Sorry, should have told someone I was okay. I was just so pissed off. Falling right into Haku's hands, I got myself into some deep shit. Haku seems like they're still up to something. We'll have to make sure they clean up their act once and for all. Get it? Because they sell soap. Nice one, boss. You're really on top of your game today. Stop trying to make me feel better. I shouldn't have said anything. More importantly, Mayu, thank you for your cooperation with Yoshimi. We'll get to the bottom of it, I promise. Oh, you must be Detective Ario. I heard a lot about you from Hajime. I'll be counting on you. Catch whoever did this no matter what. Heck yeah. Let's look around, make sure there's nothing we're missing over here. I don't see anything. Detective Ario was nice enough to get something to drink earlier. Seeing a detective take time for little things like that helps put my mind at ease. Come to think of it, did old man Ashimiya end up getting away? So word's already out, huh? Oh, who said that? I don't know. He was cornered, but managed to take a hostage and escape is what I heard on the radio. What happened after that? So that's where they're reporting. Here's what really happened. He was killed? And the hostage was Tsutsumi's daughter, whose whereabouts are still unknown? Yep, his daughter showing up was a huge surprise. Even Boss couldn't believe it. Damn it, the hell do you expect? No one could have seen that coming. I sure didn't. So there's already an emergency search underway for her as a key witness and suspect. I'll be rejoining the search for her after we're done here. Key witness and suspect? But wasn't she a hostage? Could she have just killed Nejima and fled the scene? Well, it's just a possibility. We're talking possibilities, might as well tell them everything. It's very likely that Nejima was killed by a curse stone. What? By a curse bearer? Oh, it's already evening, so the effect of Feast of Shadows will be starting to return. Yeah, which makes it likely that a curse was used to kill him. Boss, you're repeating yourself. Try to calm down for a second. But that would mean the inspector's daughter's probably curse bearer, right? Huh? You say something? Maybe I'm losing my hearing in my old age. Boss, you can hear just fine. Don't play the old man card every time you want to get at something. Even talked about how she might have the Taiko of Tsugaru if that's the case. Did we? My memory's a little hazy. You got a soft spot for your daughter, don't you, Inspector? Just hits a little too close to home now. Either way, we have to find her as soon as possible. Yeah, no kidding. No heckin' kidding. So I just want to see something. I already forgot which of the birds I'm missing still. Let's see. 2, 16, and 20. Right. Right, I can't get that one yet. That's somewhere around here. And 2 was... So I just want to make sure it's not here. No, I don't think so. They've all but finished investigating the crime scene. The police have mostly left. They're letting us use the school as a base of our communications as per Inspector Tsutsumi request. Mayu rushed to Tomi's place and back for us. She's been trying to appear calm, but I'm sure she must still be in shock. I'm not sure why, but I feel fired up. It feels like we're close to the moment of truth. I think Miu feels the same. Oh, Mr. Tsutsumi. I received a message from Paranormal Affairs earlier. It wasn't from Nakagoshi, but I had someone look into it for me. So even the desk jockeys are lending a hand. Brings a tear to your eye. So, what'd they say? Right, about the Onmyoji woman who was in the Edo at the time of the Hanjo incident? She was a person of great beauty and discerning taste, but also shamelessly did whatever she wanted. It seemed to match the person seen in the resentful memory for the foot-washing mansion. So she must be the one who fought with Seimon over the right. And they found that her name was Ashino. Ashino, huh? What else? Haven't we heard that name? That's all. That's not much help. Oh, but apparently she was quite the powerful Onmyoji. She died bearing a similarly powerful resentment. It's possible that she became a vengeful spirit with a connection to the Seven Mysteries. A vengeful spirit? If any descendants of Ashino or people otherwise closely aligned with her live today, there's a possibility that spirit awakened and possessed them. Yeah, you mentioned before that spirits can possess people who are closely in sync with them. Though this of course doesn't mean the spirit houses her complete personality. Her resentment and her spirit power, those are the parts of her that have the strongest influence. Since Seimon's descendants are still around in the present, it wouldn't be surprising if Ashino's were too. They might just be desk jockeys, but they wouldn't give us this information if it was only speculation. They must have found some amount of evidence looking into abnormal phenomena or things of the like. Oh, the Feast of Shadows. There it is, our abnormal phenomena. Mia, what do you mean? The person who initiated the curse this time, who had been calling the mastermind? They might be possessed by the vengeful spirit of the Onmyoji named Ashino, the enemy of Seimon. Do you have any idea who they could be or where to find them? Like, if you looked at them, Mio, would you be able to tell right away? It's like how I didn't realize that Michio had fused with your consciousness, Yako. Common spirits will leak spirit energy left and right, so I can notice them by looking carefully. But when spirits of a higher caliber fuse with someone's consciousness, detecting them isn't so simple. Oh. I'm sorry, my skills need a lot of work, and I don't have anything else to offer. Mia, that's not true at all, you're fine. We'll make this work somehow or another. Thanks. Okay, that's interesting. So somebody... Oh, did I not notice that? Is that the one you were pointing out, Fury? Probably. Fury's like, you missed one on the gates. A few episodes ago. Thank you. I thought I got that, and then I didn't. Sorry. Okay, so somebody is possessed by this Ashino person. That's why we'll be joining the search as soon as we're done here. One more thing, there's a very good chance that his daughter has Michio Shirishi's talisman. All the more reason for you to get back to the search. Best of luck. What the hell has he gotten herself into? Yeah, she's the one, if she was in the car, she's the one that went back and looted Michio's body, which is sick. But he's making jokes and stuff at a time like this because he doesn't want to stress us out. I wonder if he's able to stay so calm because of experience, or if he's just that kind of person. Oh, Mayu, did you meet with Hitomi? Yeah, I met her at the spot I was told. She was acting tough, but I think the incident with Hajime has her really shaken up. I briefly explained her situation and had her give Hajime's talisman to me. Yay! Here, this is what you're looking for, right? Yang talisman. Yeah, yin and yang. Yeah, I believe that's it. Thank you so much. Mr. Tsutsumi, about this. Right, you should hold on to it, Mio. Not like we could use it as it is. Try to figure out what we'll need to do once we get both halves together. Understood. I'll see what I could do. Feels like we're finally coming up with the moment of truth. Yeah. So that's it from you? Do you know where the other talisman is? Yes, probably. This is Hajime's last job. Finish for him, okay? We will. Is that it? Guess the end of his family line too, huh? All the people who inherited that talisman for him are already all gone. That's a little sad. Basically, I believe the mastermind behind everything is a woman possessed by the vengeful spirit of the Onmyoji Ashino. I see. Is this mastermind also the one who killed Hajime trying to get the record of Fate's Yin Scroll? Yes, I think it's very likely. So that's how it is, huh? Well, I want to catch him no matter what. Is that Ayame? Like, did Ayame do that? Because it kind of sounds... Oh, no, I don't know. Also with the curses. So, like, we learned before already that the 7 mysteries are all, like, from a connected incident. So, like, Toki and her father... But the parents disappeared. The Fool's Procession here is this woman Omio. I don't know how she's connected. The Beckoning Light, young couple and their daughter. So that's probably the Whispering Canal people, right? The Onmyoji woman is Ashino. So the Beckoning Light, I think we said was like, Seimon, right? Haunting Clappers. The vixen who appeared suddenly and enchanted my lord. So this person worked for someone that the Ashino worked for? Or, like, did stuff for? The Evergreen Beach. This guy, I don't know how he's connected. A local man named Jinkichi? Oh, so he was the fisherman. So that's... So he was killed because they thought that he was involved there. The Taiko we don't know anything about yet. The Foot Washing Mansion was... Yeah, accomplished on Miyo's. Just this was Ashino. After a fierce battle, so this is where she beat Seimon, but then died. One-sided reed, we have no idea what that's about. Ever-burning lantern. Man attacked a woman in a bout of fury and then killed himself. He was also used by his daimyo. Yeah, I don't know, we'll have to learn more about that. There's still a few pieces missing there. I heard you had a curse stone too? Yeah, I should give it to you then? These things really are a pain in the ass. I'll gladly hand it over to you before it starts giving me any crazy ideas. So this is the Beckoning Light, huh? Alright, safe and sound with me. Sorry you won't be able to bring him back. Don't worry about it, he and I were always prepared for the worst anyway. What the? What's wrong? Damn. The trigger for the Beckoning Light's curse is some serious shit. Yeah, I thought so too. That's why I said it'd give me weird ideas. So what I mean now? Okay, we were just looking at this and now I have to look again. Kills by the means of the curse they possess one who has become a curse bearer. So this can just be used to kill curse bearers, just for being a curse bearer. So that's probably like the easiest. But it can only kill curse bearers, which is interesting considering that if this is Seimon, it makes sense that his spirit would only want to kill other curse bearers because of Ashino. How's it work? I'll leave you a note you can read later. We have more important things to worry about now. Right. Mr. Tsutsumi, does it make it 5 curse stones that you've gathered now? Should be. I want to get the other 4 into wraps as soon as we can. Let's see, I have no idea about the Whispering Canal. But someone made off with the one-sided reed with Nejima had. Yeah, damn shame. After that, you said earlier Taiko Tsugaru might be with your daughter, Inspector? Well, let's set that one aside for now. So we can assume the curse bearers are still prowling around there with prowling around out there with those ones. What a headache. Hopefully you can find them soon. Yeah, and the last one is the Clappers, which we got rid of from Harue. Now, is that everything we need to chat about? If you don't need anything else, we'll be going back to the search. There actually is one thing. Oh, what's that? Just completely hypothetically. Hypothetically, what if the inspector's daughter was the mastermind? I mean, she's a woman. It seems like she's after the talismans. Sorry, don't really understand what you mean. Boss, come on, you gotta look at the facts. But that would mean Inspector Tsutsumi would also have to be one of Ashino's descendants. Oh, right, you're just a normal person, right, Inspector? Unless that's why you're so resistant to the paranormal. Don't believe I've ever heard anything about being related to Samon Miyoji. Oh. But... well, if you put it like that. Her being the mastermind, it's possible. Really? I say possible, but I mean unlikely is what I want to think. Damn it, I don't even want to imagine it. Boss, if we're gonna consider it, we'll have to do it properly, not dragging your heels about it. No, it's not that. There's something I never told her, never wanted to tell her. The truth is, she's not my real daughter. What? 20 years ago? Well, it's a long story, but we took her in when she was just a baby. Do you know anything about her birth parents? You could say I do, I guess, but really I don't know anything. What's that supposed to mean? I don't get it. There we go. You heard what I said, didn't you? Just now? About 20 years ago? No! Boss, that can't be! Nejima's... That's right. When we arrested Fumichika Nejima, there was a baby at his house on the brink of death. That was my daughter, Ayame Tsutsumi. She goes by Ayame Tono now. What?! Someone had to take care of her. Baby holds no blame for the circumstances she came from. But boss! According to Nejima, that baby... it's his former lover reincarnated using black magic. What? Personally, I think that story is bullshit. According to Nejima... Yeah, man. My goodness! It's hard to believe in Nejima's behavior, but could it really be true? I've got a few doubts. We have to question whether this Shino woman really ever existed in the first place. There are no records of her and no body was found. Her name never came up once during the investigation. Even if this woman really existed, I'm skeptical that someone could be reincarnated as a baby through black magic. I agree. No matter how you look at it, a spell with that effect is hard to believe. Even the supernatural has rules that must be followed. Seems more likely he's deluded himself, not wanting to recognize that a spell he risked his life on failed to work. That's my thinking too. The more natural conclusion is that the baby is his and Shino's and she died in childbirth. As long as we don't know Shino's origins, we have to consider the possibility that she could be a descendant of Ashino. I mean, it's like the same name! Yeah, if nothing else, the names are pretty similar. Like, seriously. Okay, assuming that all of that is true for a moment, Ayame getting taken away by Nejima and then killing him, that would mean she killed her own father. Calm down, this is all still conjecture. But now that Nejima's dead, we have no means to investigate. So regardless of everything, there's only one thing that matters. She's my daughter. As her parent, I'm responsible for her. Nothing can change that. I understand. Alright, we should get back to the search. We'll find her and clear up all of this. Yes, sir! The talisman you young ladies are looking for has something to do with this as well. I'd appreciate it if you could help us find it. So if anything happens, please call the police. We will. I'm worried about Hitomi, so I'm gonna head to where she is. I'll be waiting to hear some good news from you all. Man! Yeah, I mean, we kinda had it, like... conclusion. Uh-oh. we kinda had that going for us, you know, like... you know, we found out that Ayame was the daughter, and that she was adopted. and that 20 years ago, there was a baby that needed a home. But all the pieces are together. Whether it's Nejima's daughter or some reincarnation of Shino or whatever, I don't know. I mean, like, I wouldn't think that she was a reincarnation because I feel like Nejima would have recognized her then. Like, at 20, she would have already looked similar at least, but he didn't. So I don't know. But anyway. Next time on Paranormasight. We're getting to the bottom of this. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.